A man who spent years telling investors his cryptocurrency was backed by gold is now going to prison for 30 years over a fraud worth around $1 billion. Guo Wengui, a Chinese exile and once high-profile political figure, was sentenced this week for a sprawling scheme that reached across crypto, media, and real estate. At the center of it sat a token called Himalaya Coin, which he told his followers was roughly 20% backed by physical gold. It was not, and prosecutors said the entire operation existed to enrich him while thousands of ordinary followers poured in money and lost it. A jury convicted him back in 2024 on racketeering and fraud charges, and the court has now ordered him to forfeit assets and pay victims back. The 30-year term is one of the stiffest crypto-related sentences handed down so far. It's a blunt reminder that a confidence story and a shiny coin are not the same thing as the gold someone swears is sitting behind them. The world's largest crypto exchange and the man who built it are now being taken to court by nearly 1,700 people at once. A group of about 1,700 UK investors has filed suit against Binance and its founder, Changpeng Zhao, in London's High Court. Their claim is that Binance sold them complex crypto derivatives it was never authorized to offer them in the first place. Derivatives are high-risk products that let people bet on price moves with borrowed money, and they are tightly restricted for everyday investors in Britain. The investors argue those sales broke the rules and left them exposed to losses they should never have been allowed to take on. Binance has faced regulators around the world before, but a single action grouping this many claimants together is unusually large. For a company that is used to fighting governments and regulators, this time the pressure is coming straight from its own users. While money poured out of Bitcoin and Ether this week, one corner of crypto quietly had its busiest day in almost 5 years. Avi, one of the biggest lending platforms in decentralized finance, just logged its largest single day of network growth since 2021. Decentralized finance, or DeFi, lets people lend, borrow, and earn interest directly through code, without a bank in the middle. The surge came even as the wider market sat in extreme fear, with prices sliding and investors pulling cash out of crypto funds. That contrast is what makes it notable. Activity on the lending side climbed at exactly the moment sentiment everywhere else was collapsing. It does not undo a brutal month, and one busy day is certainly not a trend. But it is a small sign that even in the middle of a painful sell-off, some people are still choosing to actually use these tools, rather than just turn and flee them. Subscribe now.